Welcome back to celebrityradio.biz. My name is Alex Belfield. We're back talking to some of my favourite people and some of the country's biggest stars, and we've got one for you today. Wendi Peters, how are you?
Hello, I'm very well, thank you. You?
I am delicious, and I'm all the better for talking to you. What a great couple of months it's going to be. I mean, back on Coronation Street, then in the West End. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, does it?
No, it's lovely. It's been really great because I purposely sort of took a bit of time out at the beginning of the year, and then everything just really fell into place, which is lovely. I did a CBBC thing called Hetty Feather. Then I did the Celebrity Sewing Bee, which was on the other night, which I loved and happened to win, which was even better. And then back in Corrie just for 4 weeks, and on to the Dominion Theatre in the West End for White Christmas. And then I'm going straight into Oh, What a Lovely War on tour.
Yeah, it's interesting. I just read that the other week, and I thought to myself, why you? Why are you the lady that can do this? And I think it's because you're so versatile. I mean, you're nothing like Scylla, are you? And let's face it, on Coronation Street, a lot of them are themselves, having interviewed them. Do you know what I mean?
I suppose, yes, and a lot of the time, that's what Corrie and the soaps want, because it's such a busy filming schedule. They're picking people because of who they are and how they are, especially of the youngsters. They come straight into that from school, and they're being themselves, and they're brilliant at it. It's what they want. I think, however, they probably have struggled to find somebody who was like Scylla.
I don't know.
In reality, as an actress.
I don't know. Have you been up north recently?
I've met a few, but they're not necessarily actresses. but yeah, I mean, I sort of went originally when I went and read for it. I thought, if I go in as Wendi Peters, they're not going to think twice. I'll just say, sorry, no, you're not right for it. So I actually went in as Scylla and kind of tricked them.
Because what's great about you, I met you at the BBC, I think it was 2008, we did our last proper face-to-face chat, and you're quite posh and lovely, really, aren't you?
I have a firm voice. No, I'm from Lancashire, but I've lived down near London now for 30 years, so I suppose it's sort of worn off a little bit. However, when I've been up to go to Mum and Dad's and I'm up there for a bit, the accent does come back a little.
Is it fun playing somebody so grotesque as Scylla? I mean, I saw on Friday night your big return, and there you were in full Scylla glory, annoying everybody, completely self-unaware.
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's been lovely to come back, and of course they had to have an entrance where she walked in and people could go, oh my God, it's Scylla back. And she's still annoying and she's still very Scylla. I think slightly toned down, because when they asked me to come back, I chatted with the producers about what we both wanted from it, and we both agreed that as much as she was fun and she was a laugh and she was annoying, it had got a little bit out of reality, and we needed to just pull it back slightly. So I think hopefully over this 4 weeks we'll still see Scylla, but we'll see a slightly softer side, and her not. She's come back for a reason. She's come back because she's been diagnosed with osteoporosis, and she just has a feeling that in a few years' time she might need her family. So she's coming back just to suss it all out and just test the waters and see how they all react to her. And the reaction's not very nice, but that's to come in the next few weeks.
Was it a bit strange coming back into the show in a different building, because it's not Coronation Street, Granada anymore, is it?
I know that was very odd. It was odd enough going back to something that I thought I'd put to bed, but it was also even more strange driving down to Salford Quays to the whole new big media city area, and there is Coronation Street now. In a beautiful big building, everything's brand spanking new. That was very odd. But of course, once you get into studio and onto set, it's exactly the same. Yeah. But it is quite corporate, and I'm sure in time it'll mould in and become Coronation Street. But it is quite new and sparse.
Has it lost a bit of the soul, do you think? Because Granada was a dump. It was the history that kept it going, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to agree that it was a dump, but I know what you mean. It was old, and it was lots of little old rooms there. And
wasn't glamorous, put it that way.
Yeah, it had a lot of history, and I think possibly it may have done. It is different, but things move on, and it had to be made bigger.
Yeah. And it just couldn't cope. I mean, I think William Roach told me a couple of years ago that it was designed to do one show a week. Now they're doing 5, and you just couldn't cope because they filmed several scenes all out of order at different times, and you need a 2014 facility to cope with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, there's 4 studios, so at some points there's 4 different weeks of episodes being filmed at the same time. So, but it's able to cope with that now because people can be moved from studio to studio, and it just makes it a slightly easier process.
Yeah. We're going to just very finally talk about you coming back later after you've done all the West End stuff. Is that a possibility? Would you like to go back if they ask you?
Oh, I don't know. I really enjoyed my 4 weeks there, a lot more than I thought I was going to. So I think the thing to do is never say never. If we have a lovely storyline and characters get on or clash or do whatever, I certainly would consider it for a while. Because it was really lovely to see everybody, and it was so nice to catch up. And it was lovely to go in knowing that I was helping Jenny McAlpine get out for her maternity leave, and because she's going to have a baby, which is really exciting. I feel like I'm going to be a real granny.
She's lovely as well, and I find them all to be. There's no room for divas on that set, is there?
No, because the schedule is just far too busy. You all just have to crack on and get on with it. No. And that's what Coronation Street is about. There's nobody in Coronation Street bigger than Coronation Street.
It's a very, very good point you make. I hope you know we love you on that. I know it might be a daft role, it might be grotesque, it might be over the top, but we need some comic relief. And frankly, since Blanche has died, there's not really been that, has there?
Oh, no. Well, except I love Mary.
She's
when
good.
I do dip in, I love Mary. I think she's very funny.
Yeah, she is. And Norris, of course.
I know what you mean. That's sort of what Corrie's known for. Is as well as being drama, it's a bit of light relief at the end of your day at work, isn't it? You go in and you know you could have a laugh. So who knows? Maybe they will. And if they do phone, I'd be happy to think about it.
As I said earlier, I love the fact that you're so talented, literally the insane to the ridiculous. So here we are in November 2014, about to open in White Christmas, which I saw on Broadway many times, actually, because it opens most years there, and it's on a grand scale. And if you love Christmas, you're just going to adore it, because it is truly magical. And in a rare turnaround, they've actually made the stage production almost as good as the original film.
Well, yes, I think so. I mean, I'm a big fan of the film with Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye, and it basically is the film on stage, but with more Irving Berlin fabulous big tap numbers. It's just number after number after number, linked with some great scenes and some wonderful songs and dances, and it's just a joy to do. I mean, I've done it for the last 2 Christmases. I did it in Manchester and then Edinburgh, and I'm thrilled that at last, the producers have managed to find a theatre that's free in London to bring it into town, because I think it's something that the West End needs at Christmas. We have fabulous musicals and plays, obviously, but nothing in the true spirit of Christmas.
What's interesting as well, I just spent the weekend doing 5 shows. The first one was Memphis. The second one was Miss Saigon, 2 5-star musicals, and then 2 turkeys that were 1-star. There literally is choice for everybody. There's all kinds of things happening right now. It seems like it's regenerating itself.
It is. I mean, luckily for us, musical theatre actors, it is. People are loving it, and you're right. You can choose what you're going to see, and basically at what price range now, because there's also some brilliant stuff on the Fringe in London, which can cost you £10-15 to go and see. So you won't be outpriced by, and I know a lot of the West End stuff is, £50-60 a ticket, and that is expensive. However, if you've got one show to come and see at Christmas, and you want to see a Christmas show, White Christmas is the one to see.
It is, absolutely. And of course, we've got that big number at the end. I've got to ask what it feels like. I mean, you've done this for a long time now. Is it like an old pair of shoes when that I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas starts and the whole audience literally sits back in their seats and goes, oh?
It's really strange, because we have, obviously, it's interspersed throughout the show with little bits of White Christmas where he sings it, but at the big finale at the end, we're all in beautiful red and white frocks, and we start singing it, the audience starts singing it, and there's I won't give away a little bit at the end that we have, and I don't know if they had it on Broadway, we have a very special moment at the end, and it makes me cry every night on stage. I'm trying to sing out White Christmas, and it just is so special and so beautiful. It really is. It's theatre for all ages. You could take the whole family.
I know we probably shouldn't admit this, but is there a special buzz doing it in the heart of the West End opposed to the provinces? Does it give the show an extra kick, do you think?
I think we're all possibly slightly more excited. We've been in beautiful theatres. The Festival Theatre last year in Edinburgh is a stunning theatre, and the Lowry down at Manchester, there's so much going on there now with Media City. I think, though, you're right, there is something special about bringing it to London and having it in town, just because of the the buzz that's going round about it. Everybody within the business as well is going, oh, White Christmas is coming to town, I have to go and see it. There is a big buzz about it, and it's lovely to be in town, if only to be at home. Is that really selfish? So I can get in my car and drive home every night.
And are you a Christmas lover? Because this could be infuriating if not.
I am a Christmas lover. You know, I do. I love the build, not so much the actual day. I love the build up to it.
I'm the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I love going and shopping and getting the Christmas tree and decorating the house and stuff like that. And you know, obviously we only get one day off. We get Christmas Day off. That's it. But we're still going to have a lovely day. My parents are coming down, and we're going out for lunch for the first time ever. Just because I've got one day off, I went, you know what, I'm not going to cook.
Good for you.
We're going out. Yeah, so no, we're really looking forward to it, and it is a wonderful show. And we've got 4 fantastic little girls that play Susan. They alternate as Susan, all who live around London, but real characters and great belty voices. They're giving us a run for their money.
You know what's a shame though about this Dominion Theatre production? You haven't got any leading men in it, have you? Really, it's all about you.
No, obviously, no leading men at all. They're not very happy because I've actually got the day off today, and they're busy working away. Yeah, so I'm doing I'm doing some interviews. Okay, so I'm really working, but I'm not doing White Christmas bits and pieces. We have the fabulous Aled Jones, who is Christmas, really, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's perfectly cast. But not only is he Mr. Christmas, he's not a reality star that's getting it just because he can put bums on seats. He can really sing, and he's a proper actor as well. So you've done well there.
I think that's the whole thing about it. They have cast it really cleverly, not just, I mean, obviously because we need to sell the show, but they've cast people who can do the job. Aled sings it absolutely beautifully, and he's not a bad mover.
Oh, really?
It's like, not bad at all.
The last time I saw him, he was a little bit chunky. How's he doing with that?
I can't believe you said that. Well, let's just say he posted on Twitter the other night that they've had to take his costume in.
Oh, have they? Oh, good for him.
3 years ago. So he's sylph-like now from all that dancing.
He's the first to admit he enjoys a bowl of pasta, doesn't he?
Yeah, so do I. Yeah, I was just thrilled that they fitted me. I didn't want them to be too big. I just wanted them to fit me. You know, when you have that moment, you wake up and think, right, today's the day, I've got to try these costumes on again. Come on, they will fit. And they did, so that's fine.
And of course you got Tom Chambers as well, and they don't come any bigger or better than him in the West End.
No, absolutely fabulous. He was wonderful in Top Hat, and of course he was in Holby City, and then won Strictly. So we know he can dance, and he's taken on the Danny Kaye role, which is the role that does the big dance numbers. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, it's a wonderful cast that people will know, but also will be absolutely surprised by the things they're doing on stage.
The other thing I love about this show, I think the Americans do Christmas better than us. They get the majesty of it and the magic of it as well. And this show really embraces that typical, stereotypical red and white Christmas, the way they do the trees and all that. It's glorious. Are they doing the theatre up as well? Because that Dominion is huge, isn't it?
The Dominion is huge, and it's just had, since We Will Rock You closed, it has had a bit of a facelift. It's all been repainted inside. It's beautifully redecorated, and it is all red and gold in the auditorium.
Brilliant. I was there for Evita the other week. Don't ask me what I thought of that, by the way, because...
All right, okay.
Move on from that. But will they put the Christmas trees and all that in the lobby, so we'll be in the Christmas spirit, and will there be mulled wine and things?
I hope so. It would be lovely if there was. I have no idea. We go into... I don't know. It would be lovely if it would happen like that.
It's such a great show. I can't recommend it enough. White Christmas really is the perfect way to start your Christmas. It plays through the beginning of January. And London, just this weekend, I see cranes all over everywhere. I was down in Covent Garden and they're sticking up all the decorations already. The tree is already there, just in time for the opening of White Christmas. I'll be there at the Dominion Theatre in London's West End. It opens on November 8th to the press, and I'll be there for opening night. Thank you so much for your time, Wendy. Good luck with everything. And you're such a star. I really admire you.
Come say hello when you come to see us.
Will do. Thanks so much.